Welcome back to the channel, folks. In today's video, first we do a recap of what happened yesterday at the Samsung Unpacked event. Second, we will cover the star of the event. And lastly, of course, we will cover what to expect and everything that is out on the Samsung Galaxy S25 series, specifically the S25 Ultra. Now, to be honest, Samsung has made some pretty bold moves with the design, the cameras, and AI-powered features. But the question is, are all of these upgrades worth your money? Well, let's go ahead and cover everything to see whether you should go ahead and pull the trigger on the S25 Ultra or any of the S25 series. Let's go ahead and jump in. Alright, so the Galaxy S25 Ultra seems to be causing some level of controversy out there. Anywhere from just the design change all the way to the massive chipset upgrade in that Snapdragon 8 Elite and more. But I still have to admit that, after all, there are some head-scratcher type of decisions made by Samsung in this specific case. And still, with all of that, let me be clear. If you are currently looking for the best flagship device, the best flagship smartphone that you could get your hands on, this all-new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra should be at the top of your list. Well, actually, let me take that back. The S25 Ultra is the flagship that you should have on your list. The only phone that you should write down as the flagship to go for is the S25 Ultra. I make this statement and I own it, right? I haven't gotten the phone in my hands just yet, but just like it's been the case with its predecessor, it is likely going to be the phone of the year. Now, I know where this is going to go. I know many of you are going to run in the comments section and talk about the OnePlus 13 and talk about how it has 6,000 milliamp hour. I actually have the OnePlus 13 here. I actually made a video. I made a video of the S24 Ultra versus the OnePlus 13 here. I know many of you are going to say, well, the OnePlus 13 has 6,000 milliamp hour. The S25 has 5,000 milliamp hour. OnePlus 13 is better. I've talked about how to go about purchasing devices, whether it be a tablet, phone, watches. It all depends on what you're looking for, but you should always go for a comprehensive take on the device, whether it be a phone, a tablet, whatever it is. It's not about one spec. It's about the whole package. What does it have to offer? Because after all, when you put them side by side and you look at the comprehensive offer made by a Galaxy S Ultra device, it's nearly impossible to top that. No other device can offer what the Ultra line offers as a comprehensive package. And I need you guys, I truly need you folks to understand that. Now, with all of this being said, and I know I kind of rambled there for a second, with all of this being said, some of you, I'm not going to be able to convince. It is what it is. And I respect that decision. If you want to go for the OnePlus 13, go for it. It's a good phone. But don't go for it because you think it's better than the S25 Ultra, because it's not. Again, I say this, I haven't even tested it out, but based off of what I've heard, I communicate with a lot of people who actually went to the event and they have been testing this phone for like the past week. Everything they told me about it, hey, it's gonna be hard for any phone to beat the S25 Ultra. I'm telling you that right now. Anyways, so if you happen to be in the market for the S25 Ultra, or if you're looking for a flagship device, you need to go for the S25 Ultra for a number of reasons. The main one being the fact that you'll be saving a ton. You'll be paying less than you paying for the OnePlus 13 for the S25 Ultra. As long as you make that decision right now and buy it right now and pre-order right now, because clearly these are going to be flash deals. After the pre-order period, the pre-order window is gone. It's going to go right back up. So the link is going to be in the description. If you need to order, if you were hesitating, go for it right now. I'd rather you place the order than later decide that you don't want the phone and return it for a full refund. They even send you, the shipping label and all that stuff free of charge. A full refund after you've played with the phone for 14 days, I believe, 2 weeks, you can send that back. So I'd rather you pre-order now and then decide to send it back rather than wait later after the pre-order window has gone past and then try to order at regular price. With all of this, I digress. So yesterday's event seemed to just revolve around AI. That was interesting. It revolved around AI and the S25 Ultra. And for that S25 Ultra, Samsung has gone rounder and lighter this year, moving away from the very sharp and boxy feel that we have with the Galaxy S24 Ultra here, which I absolutely love. But anyways, they moved away from this design. So you have that 6.9-inch Quad HD Plus AMOLED display and buttery smooth 120Hz refresh rate here with titanium frame and new exclusive colors, of course, for this S25 Ultra. As far as cameras go, the ultra wide lens gets a massive boost from 12 megapixel to a 50 megapixel. So if you are into landscape shots or macro photography, what this means is much sharper and brighter low light photos. And as far as the main camera goes, it's still rocking that beastly 200 megapixel sensor paired with telephoto lenses for 3x and 5x optical zoom. And yes, that 100x space zoom is still there, but Samsung is keeping it clean. Frankly, I was actually expecting or hoping for more in the camera department here, but that's just me. Now going back to AI here, Samsung this year has packed its S25 series with plenty of AI smarts, right? Nitography, for example, which is a pretty interesting or very odd name here, is all about noise removal and blur reduction, right? It's perfect for low light vlogging. To those of you who do that, we also have that audio eraser. If you did watch the event, then you probably know what I'm talking about. You can isolate or mute sounds in your videos, wind or crowd noise, barking dogs, all of that type of sound, you name it. Generative AI tools, from the Magic Eraser to Galaxy Log, you're going to be able to edit right off the phone without any issues, that personal assistance. And we've talked about this before. We talked about many of the tools offered by AI here, anywhere from reading your day schedule to actually scheduling things, using your voice, just voice command and be able to do things through AI is really taking your phone experience to the next level, right? Tracking your flights, even recapping your day, right? At night. So at the end of the day, you can recap your day and all of those AI goodies. And of course, the best part or the most anticipated part of the S25 series is the fact that it's powered by the most powerful chipset on the market right now. Of mobile phone, I should say, I should be specific. The most powerful chipset on a smartphone right now, right? So it's going to be powered with that Snapdragon 8 Elite. That's also the same chipset that you have here. Because remember, when I did this battle video, a lot of people out there didn't like the fact that I was comparing the Snapdragon 8 Elite versus the 8 Gen 3 here. Well, now we got a contender, right? So we have that Snapdragon 8 Elite in the S25 Ultra. It's built on that 3nm process. Translation, it's crazy fast. It's efficient, it's perfect for gaming, although we do have 5,000 milliamp power for the battery. Now, it's not the largest battery, but according to Samsung, we have a highly improved efficiency and a 40% larger vapor chamber for cooling, right? So you getting a smoother, longer gaming session. I'm very much looking forward to that. Now, as far as display goes, well, Samsung is known to be one of the best, if not the best display maker out there. So just like they did with the S24 Ultra, the S25, it's a beast of a display. Of course, that anti-reflective coating that I always talk about, which again, it truly enhances your user experience. So you're gonna have that. You have that Vision Booster 3.0, that's gonna take the display game just to another level, right? So whether you are binging Netflix or reading an ebook or just taking down notes, the screen adapts perfectly to your content. And let's not forget that S Pen also. It's faster, it is smarter, and more responsive than ever, although, no more Bluetooth this time around. With all of this said, the big question remains, should you buy the Galaxy S25 Ultra or should you upgrade to the Galaxy S25 Ultra? I mean, there's no question about it. That's a big yes. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today. Like I said, the link is gonna be in the description. If you wanna go ahead and place your order, this is the time to do so because this is the pre-order period, the pre-order window, whatever you wanna call it. Once these massive discounts are gone, you're gonna be paying pretty close to full price. So you want to go ahead and make sure that you do that now, even if you're going to return the phone. Again, Samsung doesn't mind. They give you 2 weeks for you to put in your SIM card, test out the phone for 2 weeks. If you don't like it, send it right back there, send you a shipping label. You don't even have to pay for shipping. No shipping, no restocking fee, none of that good stuff, right? And you get to play with it and decide if you want to keep the phone. So if you do now, then you get the phone. I'm trading this phone here, and I'm paying $300 to get the new one. 300 and some change, I believe. And on top of that, I had some Samsung points, so roughly 300 bucks to get this phone. And on top of that, they give you another $150 credit. It was just a whole mess. So if you need to do it now rather than later. I'll stop here. I'm gonna catch you in the comment section, and I'm pretty sure there's some of you I'm gonna go back and forth with about that OnePlus 13. All right, so let me catch you in the comment section. I'm also gonna catch you in the next video. Up until that next video, of course, as always, stay warm. It's been pretty cold, and stay safe out there.